your Miami Dolphins get the W today. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm gonna tell you, man, I am excited about this team. I'm excited about the skill position players. I'm excited about our quarterback. I'm especially excited about our defense. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. This is your brother Cube, aka Just Defense, and it's the post-game review. Post-game review. Damn right. So what I want to do, I ain't gonna be long, but God damn it, I am gonna be strong. And I just want to chop it up just a little bit about the game today. We're gonna chop it up about the game today, reactions, some of the ways, how I felt that we could have maybe done better, maybe some things that we need to improve on. It ain't gonna be long, like I said, but we're gonna get right into it. So, we get the W. That's 1 out of 17, y'all. That's 1 out of 17. Hey, I'm good with that. So, first, let's start off with impressions. So now, when it comes to impressions, I was definitely impressed by Chase Edmonds and his receiving ability out of the backfield. Amazing. You know what? Let me pull this up real quick. So y'all can see this real quick. There it is. So yeah, if we look here, man, Chase Edmonds, 4 receptions, 40 yards. Hey, what more do you want your back to do? You know, 4 receptions, 40 yards, 10 yard average. The long was 15. Beautiful. Out of his 4 targets, he caught every single ball. Amazing. Definitely impressed with him. I don't know if I can say if I'm impressed, if I was impressed with Tyreek Hill, but it's like, yo, I think that what he gave us was exactly what we needed. Because what Bill Belichick and the Patriots decided to do was, it was like, hold on, we got to take one of these receivers out of the game. And what they did was they chose to take out Jalen Waddle. Perfect. That's cool. Take him out of the game. But eventually, he broke out. And you can see it right here. 4 receptions, 69 yards, 17.3 average with that long touchdown of 42 at the very end of the second quarter. Wonderful. That was a game-breaking play. And listen, man, Tyreek was right when he said that the coach is gonna need a wheelbarrow for his nuts. Because I'm telling you, I'm sitting there looking, watching the game, like, I'm happy we going for it. Because as a Dolphin fan for all my life, this is not something that we normally do. And if we do it, we normally don't even convert. But didn't we do it and convert and get a touchdown out of it? Salute Mike McDaniels for that. But yeah, I was impressed by Tyreek Hill because what he was able to do was get 94 yards, 8 receptions, 12 targets. They said, okay, you want to take Jalen out of this? No sweat. Don't even trip. And if we could do the quick math, let me do the quick math on my phone real quick. I'm gonna do the quick math on my phone. Let me see. Because what did he have? He had 94 yards. And don't expect him to have 94 yards every game. He's gonna break out, have 150, 170, 180, may even go over, the 200 mark. So 94 yards a game times 17, that brings him to 1598, 1,598. How do you have a problem with that? You can't have a problem with that at all. He didn't get into the end zone, which is cool. which is definitely cool. I'll take those 94 without getting to the end zone every single day. I'm cool with that. Do I want him to get into the end zone? Of course. Is he gonna get into the end zone? Of course. Don't trip. Don't trip on that. When we go back, look at this, man. The turnover battle. Look at the turnover battle, man. Where we at? We had the pick, obviously, on the first drive with X batting it up, and then Javon Holland getting the pick. Man, amazing. I love that because I'm telling you, the Patriots were running the ball on that first drive and mostly throughout the game. It seemed with ease, and I'm just like, yo, like, the fuck? Like, how is this happening that they're running the ball like that? But we did begin, as the game progressed, we did begin to slow down their run game a bit. But their run game was working for them. It definitely was. But yeah, man, we won the turnover battle. 3-0. We won the turnover battle 3-0. So that was wonderful. We also even got a scoop and score by Melvin Ingram. Just an amazing play. Amazing play. We didn't really see too much from Jalen Phillips. And I'm going to tell you, I am very against him dropping back in coverage. I'm just totally against that, man. Like, we need this dude rushing the passer. I'm sorry. We need this guy rushing the passer. Period, man. Like kill all of that dropping into coverage. Like, no. I'm good on that. I'm not a supporter of that. But hey, Kader Kohu, man. Oops. Kader Kohu, man. Oh my God. Fantastic game. Fantastic game, man. Three tackles, whatever. He had one tackle for loss, and he had one pass defense, one pass breakup, and that was monumental. It was definitely necessary when he did it in the game. That was definitely necessary. And he had a forced fumble too. Don't forget that. He had a forced fumble too. Amazing game. Look at Brandon Jones, man. Brandon Jones. 11 tackles. And look at that. 6 of them were solo tackles, and he had the sack in the forced fumble. Come on, man. Come on. So I'm, looking at this, it's very difficult because I want to give a player of the game. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do an offensive player of the game. I'm going to do a defensive player of the game. And I'm going to do an MVP of the game. So, offensive, I'm going to be honest with you. I have to give the offensive player of the game to Tua Tagovailoa. I gotta give it to him. I have to give him that because even though there were plays that he left out on the field, undoubtedly he left. The first play of the game was supposed to be a touchdown to Tyreek Hill. That was supposed to be a touchdown. I understand the snap was bobbled, but he gathered himself, and what happened on that, he just kind of rushed the pass. He rushed the pass, but this is going to change as he matures and the season goes on. This has been happening all preseason with our center. It's been happening all preseason. So he's going to have to get used to that hey, sometimes it is going to be bobbled. Sometimes it is going to be a little bit high. But what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to get the ball, reset, and then scan the field. That's just what's going to happen because he did leave that touchdown because all he had to do was hit Tyreek on that right side and we was going up 7. Yo, there was nobody around Tyreek whatsoever, so we were definitely going up 7. So my offensive player of the game I have to give it to Tua Tagovailoa. Got to, because he did just enough. Now 23 for 33. Let's make this clear. About 4 of 5 of those, I can't even say 4 or 5. I would have to say about 7, because he was sacked 3 times. But well, I'm gonna say about 5. About 5 of those plays, he had defenders right in his face. So it's like, come on, what do you do with that? And I'm one of those people who I'm on the fence with Tua, but at the same time, when it comes to this season right here, I back him 100%, and I really think that he can do it. I really, really, really think that he can do it. And listen, man, everybody knows. This is not a secret. When the season starts, the defenses are always a step ahead of offenses. And the reason why is because defense is mainly instinctual. Whereas offense is rhythm-based. Defense is instinct-based, whereas offense is rhythm-based, to where they got to get into a rhythm. So I expect Tua to go for like 350 with 2 tutties next week. Minimum. I'm telling you, man, this dude is about to get into a rhythm, and he's going to kill all the conversations, all the questions, all the doubts. He's going to kill it next week. I'm telling you. A lot of people are afraid of Baltimore, man. Stop it. Knock that off. Listen, we also have to understand one thing. The offense really didn't play in the preseason. They really didn't play. So it's like, come on, practice, that's cool. Team joint practices, that's cool too. But actually, being in the line of fire and actually having the ability to get hit, they really didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? And my bad, I'm going off on a tangent. So, offensive player of the game, I gotta give it to Tua Tagovailoa. And defense, obviously, I gotta give it to Brandon Jones, man. Brandon Jones, wonderful stat line. Even in the midst of us having some inactive players, out on our defense, man, that defense was flying around the ball, and that's what you want. Jerome Baker, 6 tackles. Elandon Roberts, Jerome Baker, 6 tackles. Elandon Roberts, 5. But see, this is such an important stat that I think we overlook so much. Look at these solo tackles. 6 solo tackles. This is huge in the NFL. A solo tackle is so huge in the NFL because you know what it says? It says that when, as a defender, an opponent one-on-one goes up against you, you can bring your man down by yourself. And so many times, if you can bring your man down by yourself without having 2 or 3 other people, by the time 2 or 3 other people come, the running back or receiver, whoever it may be, they've already gained 4 or 5 extra yards. So this is such an important stat on defense that I don't think people actually pay attention to. Jerome Baker, 4 solo tackles. Elandon Roberts, 3 solo tackles. Christian Wilkins getting into the backfield, tackles for loss. Emmanuel Ogbah with the big sack, which was he was very quiet in preseason. But I don't think he even didn't play at all. So it was good seeing him out there get some work. It was definitely good seeing him out there get some work. And then I think after he had that sack, I think the next play he had a tackle for loss. Definitely. Javon Holland, he did what he normally does. And X, man. X. I'm one of those people, man. Like, I wish this dude can retire a Dolphin, man. Like, he's one of those guys to where he's quiet, he comes to work, and just does what he has to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there was the the holding penalty that he had. Okay, and then the no call on the interception, but they really weren't challenging his side of the field. And what's so beautiful about that, he traveled wherever Devontae Parker went, he went. You know what I'm saying? He's not one of those limited cornerbacks to where he just plays one side of the field. He traveled wherever Devontae was, he was there. And truth be told, we knew how that was going. They're former teammates, you know, as recently as last year. So we kind of knew how that was gonna go. So my offensive player of the game was Tua Tagovailoa. The defensive MVP, Brandon Jones. But the MVP of the game. Y'all ready for this? I don't know if y'all ready for this. The MVP of the game, it also goes to Tua Tagovailoa. It has to go to him, man. Because listen, think about it. He clearly outplayed Mac Jones. Clearly. Yo, look at. Hold on, I want y'all to see this real quick. Let me move this over. Look at this. Hold on, I want to zoom in a little bit just so you guys can see it. Look at this. So, Mac Jones. Oh, hold on, let me move it a little bit more. Just a little bit more. So, Mac Jones. I guess I'll bring myself down a little bit. So, Mac Jones, 21 for 30. 213 yards, 7.1 average, 1 TD, 1 pick, 2 sacks. He had a QBR of 9.7. Not 9.7. Whereas Tua, he only had the 1 tutty, but he had 270 yards, 8.2 average. He got sacked 3 times. And man, listen, we had 2 right tackles go down, which was very unfortunate. Even I think it was early in the 4th, Teron Armstead went down our left tackle, but came back into the game. He had a QBR of 78.2 and a rating of 104.4. Man, but I'm gonna tell you, man, this is not the Tua that we're gonna get throughout the season. I promise you, this is not the Tua that we're gonna get throughout the season. I can tell you this factually. Next game, Tua is going over 300 yards. Our rushing attack, it may take a few games for it to start churning a little bit, and this is where we should rely on Chase Edmonds out of the backfield, as well as Raheem Mostert. We need to rely on these guys coming out of the backfield to catch some passes for us. And see, if you look at what New England was doing, they relied heavily on their backs coming out of the backfield, especially on their lone scoring drive. They had like 5 plays to where they threw to their backs. We need to be able to do the same thing, especially when we have a talent when we have talents such as Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert, man. I'm telling you, the speed of Mostert, the speed of Chase, man. Did you guys see that pass to where Tua threw it to him? Then he caught it, and then he almost went out of bounds, and then he ran for like another 10. Like, yeah, we like that's what we need, man. You know, that's definitely what we need. And I expected 33-7. That's kind of what I expected. You know, our offense was a bit inept. And I'm not going to say a bit. I'm going to say a lot. Our offense was a lot inept today. But hey, man, listen. We can clean this stuff up. Because I say this, man. If you want to criticize Tua in his play today, then guess who you're also going to have to criticize? You're going to have to criticize Aaron Rodgers. You're going to have to criticize some of the best quarterbacks of the game because they play awful today. Look at this. Hold on, where is it? I want you guys to see this. Look at this. Look at this. Joe Burrow, 4 picks. Joe Burrow, 4 picks. Aaron Rodgers, listen. Aaron Rodgers went 22 with 34 for 195 yards with 1 pick. But I'm going to tell you, he played way worse than that. He was not good today. And even Tom Brady, I'm going to tell you, look at that, 18 for 27, 212. Tom Brady was not good tonight. This was a field goal bonanza. And dare I say, boring ass game. Like, it was kind of terrible. You know, obviously the best quarterback of the day was Patty Mahomes. He just went crazy today. He definitely went crazy today with 5 tutties and 360. He was crazy today. So when you begin to look around the league, you really don't see quarterbacks just going crazy. You just don't see it. You know, Justin Herbert had 279 with 3 tutties. Derek Carr, look at Derek Carr, who everybody would say is head and shoulders better than Tua Tagovailoa. Look, 22 with 37, 295, 2 tutties and 3 picks. You know why? Because the defense is always gonna be faster than the offense. That's just what it is, family. That's all it is. And if Tua doesn't have that breakout game next week, I'm telling you, it's coming. Don't trip. Don't trip. Yeah, I was a little down watching the game because I'm like, man, where's the explosive plays? But you know what? We got about 3 explosive plays today. We got about 3 explosive plays, and we got good defensive play. We got good defensive play. And man, listen, that's what it takes. And when I say that, you know what that means? That means this was a team win. It was a team win, man. This is a division rival. There you go. That was one of the explosive plays right there. That play was huge for us. That play was huge for us. That put us up 17-0. So listen, man. Don't trip. Exhale. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I know people are like, damn, man. Excuse me. I wanted more. I expected more. Listen, I did too. I wanted more. I expected more. But hey, it's coming. It's coming. Trust me. It's definitely coming, man. It's definitely coming. So yeah. Listen, man. We 1-0 right now. We are 1-0. And listen, this is totally different than last year. This is totally different than last year, to where, you know, we had to rely on the fumble. We had to rely on the fumble by Xavier Howard at the end. Nah, this is totally different than that. It's just crazy because we manhandled this team. We totally manhandled this team. But it didn't feel like we manhandled them so bad that we feel like we should have blew them out, which we should have. And on top of that, they're a bad team. So we should have blown them out. But hey, it is what it is, man. You can't have everything all the time in every situation. But hey, man, with that being said, this has been your post-game review. I look forward to game 2. We coming, baby. We coming. Peace.